Today we are going to go further into the sum and difference formulas beyond just expanding them. We'll see what we do with this and how it can be helpful. We're going to do two examples. Find the exact value of sine of 60 degrees plus 45 degrees. Now for clarity, why we need this, why we use this, 60 and 45, if we add those together, we'll get 105 degrees. And if that were on the unit circle, we could very easily get the exact value, but 105 degrees is not on there. Therefore, we need to use the sum formula to get that. And exact doesn't just mean put it in your calculator, as I did here, and then just taking that decimal. That's not an exact value. And when you round it, that's not an exact value. Yes?
Do you do the second sine 105 degrees?
Second sine. Nope, that won't do it either.
Oh, my fault.
Nope, that's okay. So we have to use the sum formula in order to get that exact value. We have sine of 60 degrees plus 45 degrees. And this is the part we've been practicing past couple days. We know what u and v are. And using our sum formula, we have sine of 60 degrees times cosine of 45 degrees plus cosine of 60 degrees times sine of 45 degrees. Conveniently, 60 and 45 are on the unit circle, so we can use those values to get to the exact value of 60 plus 45. So I'm going to pull these points directly from the unit circle for 60 and 45. 60 degrees, the point there is 1/2 rad 3 over 2. And 45 degrees, it's rad 2 over 2 for both of them. Quick refresher, the x value, is that sine or cosine? Cosine. These points, all of the points on the unit circle are cosine comma sine. So we can replace each of these trig functions with their value from the points. Starting with sine of 60. Sine of 60, 60 degrees, it's the y value, rad 3 over 2. Cosine of 45, the x value, rad 2 over 2. Plus, and we'll repeat that with the next two. Cosine of 60, it's the x value, 1/2. And sine of 45 is also going to be rad 2 over 2. From here, we just do the math. We did a big refresher on fraction rules prior to spring break, so hopefully they're still fresh in your mind. What's the rule when multiplying two fractions? Straight across, top and bottom. So let's do that. Rad 3 times rad 2. When you multiply two radicals together, you just multiply the two numbers underneath like normal, keeping the square root. So we have square root of 6 over 2 times 2 is 4. Don't forget to multiply the bottom. It's a very common mistake. Plus 1/2 times rad 2 over 2. 1 times rad 2. That's just rad 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Rad 6 and rad 2 are both too small to break down further, so that's as simplified as they can get. The only step we have left is we like to write our answer as a one big fraction instead of two individual ones. So we'll just put it together. Square root of 6 plus the square root of 2 over 4. That is the exact value of sine of 60 plus 45, or sine of 105 degrees. Here's the best part, and you will be able to do this on the majority of the test. You can actually verify that this is correct. If you plug this into your calculator, it should match the same thing as when you plug in the original problem, sine of 60 plus 45. So I've already plugged in sine of 60 plus 45, and then when I type this in, I'll get the exact same decimal. There you have it. So you will know for sure if your answer is right or if it's wrong, and you need to go back and fix the mistake you have made. That's the process. Any questions over this first problem? Okay, let's do another one, this time with a cosine formula. Find the exact value using the difference formula. Cosine of 240 degrees minus 60 degrees. Using cosine's difference formula, u and v are 240 and 60. Plugging that in, we have cosine of 240, cosine of 60, plus sine of 240, sine of 60. Just like the previous problem, I'm going to pull the information for both of these angles from the unit circle. 240 degrees on the unit circle, its point is -1/2. Negative rad 3 over 2. And 60 we've already used. 1/2 rad 3 over 2. Let's fill this in. Cosine of 240, it's the x value, it's -1/2. Cosine of 60 is +1/2. Plus, now we're doing the y values. Sine of 240 is negative rad 3 over 2. And sine of 60 is positive rad 3 over 2. Multiply straight across. -1/2 times +1/2 is -1/4. Plus Negative rad 3 times rad 3. When you multiply a square root by itself, the square root basically disappears. So that'll just become negative 3 over 2 times 2, which is 4. This time we get nice numbers, so we can just add those fractions like we would normally add fractions. Reminder, when you add or subtract fractions, you only do the math on the top. The bottom you keep the same. So our denominator is still 4. Negative 1 plus negative 3 is negative 4. And negative 4 over 4 is actually just negative 1. Does anyone know why this answer was so much nicer than example 1's answer? Yeah?
240 minus 60 is 180.
Yes. So in the first problem, I added those together and acknowledged that it's not in the unit circle. I intentionally left that detail out on this problem because 240 minus 60 is 180, which is on the unit circle. So I don't even need my calculator to verify this. At 180, we're doing cosine here. Cosine is negative 1, which is exactly what I got. But the directions say to find it using the difference formula. So this is in a backwards way proving that it's equal to negative 1. So when we tell you to use the formulas, even when it's a nice angle, you're still expected to use the formulas. Don't just use the unit circle and kind of cheat your way there. So I'm going to stop there today. We're going to do tangent ones next time. Tangents are a tad more difficult.